This is Walt Disney World Today. Give us 5 minutes and we'll give you the world.
It's Friday, October 13th, 2006. Ooh, Friday the 13th. And this is a very spooky episode number 165 of Walt Disney World Today. I'm very corny, and I'm Matt Hochberg from mgmstudios.org. On the show today, we have Mike Scopa, back from Walt Disney World.
This is it, Julie. The Big Apple, New York, New York. City of 10 million dreams and 1 parking space.
Thank you, Nanai.
Ooh.
And we also have Mike Newell of Mouse World Radio. Welcome, Mike.
I'm scared, Matt. I'm scared.
And a very uncliched Len Testa of the Unofficial Guide to Walt Disney World is here. Welcome, Len.
I'm happy to play the Tennille to your captain, Matt. The herb to your peaches. The sunshine to your KC.
Sunny to his share.
Well, you know, whatever. And that's where the analogy breaks down. Oh, well.
That's funny.
Before we get started today, I wanted to thank Mickey Takak of browniesonthebrain.com, who sent me a box full of brownies, and I'm planning on entering a brownie-induced stupor for the next couple of days. But amazing stuff, so I implore all of our listeners to check out browniesonthebrain.com.
And for all of our listeners to send me free food.
Yeah, if you want to plug, just send me free food. Man, I'm a sucker for it. But on today,
one of our listeners sent me Wonka bars. Did you guys get them?
No.
I'll have to. Oh, well, okay. Well, anyway.
Hate our listeners. They don't send
Hate them all.
bars.
Yeah. I'll have to thank her by name in another episode. I have to make sure it's okay with her.
On today's show, we're talking about annual passes. A lot of people always wonder, when should I have an annual pass? What are the circumstances that are good for it? And today we're going to be talking all about annual passes. So let's start out with determining if you, in fact, should get one. Mike Scopa, where are we starting tonight?
Okay. The first thing you need to decide is when you are considering purchasing an annual pass. To me, that means you're thinking that you're going to be going down there quite a lot over the next year, or within a year of purchasing that annual pass. And I think that's where the first determination comes into play. I know that in the past there has always been a certain breakdown as to when it pays to get an annual pass. Now about 12 years ago it used to be 8 days, and that's been 8 days within a 365-day window of time. Now I believe it's gone up to, I'm going to take a guess, I think it's between 10 and 11 days right now. And I'm wondering if there's someone else on this podcast who could probably chime in with some kind of group of statistics that could bear this out.
What the break-even is?
Yeah, is it 10 or 11? I'm guessing 10 or 11.
Okay. Okay. We're assuming a couple things. One, for the Magic Your Way base ticket, for 10 days it's $230, but it's also $47.93 with tax, for a total of $277.97 for a 10-day pass. So your break-even looks to be at 12 days right
12
now. So somewhere between 12 and 13 days. Here's why. The way the Magic Your Way ticket works is once you get to day 11, you have to buy another one-day pass. And that's $119.29 with the hopper option.
Right.
So the a 10-day pass is, let's call it $278. A 2-day pass is $189. You're looking at $470, $170. And adult AP, if you're buying it for the first time, is $462. So 12 days is your break even, it looks like, for that.
And that's, of course, when you say 12 days, Len, an important thing to keep in mind is also that's not taking into consideration any other discounts that you can get with the annual pass.
That's right. It's not including anything like a Disney dining experience or anything like that. We're just purely talking about going to the parks, and that's it.
And Mike Scopa, now it is important though to factor in the benefits you get with the annual pass. How should our listeners factor in things like there's some common ones like, say, the resort discounts, but there could be some other more complex ones like when an annual pass allows you to buy the Disney dining experience card, which then could save you additional money.
Yeah, I think you're right, Matt. I think what you have to do is you have to consider the whole package. I think you have to consider number one, the break-even date that Len said. You know, if you're intending to go down for 2 weeks, if you're intending to possibly stay on site, if you are looking at what the Disney dining experience would do for you, then you have to take them all into consideration. The other thing is that if you're not staying on site, if you do have an annual pass, you won't have to pay the $10 to park in their wonderful parking lots. So that's also important. I believe also that I think that there's anything else that's there's also some discounts from car rentals that you can get. Although I've looked at those and you don't really gain that much. The annual pass. I wouldn't buy an annual pass based on discount you would get from a car rental. So basically, it's
the big ones I think are the parking, because that's at 10 days that's $100.
Yep.
Is there any way you could get around that? Like, where could you park?
I mean, each park has its. I mean, for like the studios, you could park at Boardwalk. For Magic Kingdom, it's Contemporary. One of the Magic Kingdom resorts.
Yeah,
Epcot is, one of the Epcot. I mean, you could, in theory.
Yeah, you could try it. Right?
It's a huge pain to do. But I mean, you're saving $100 there. Even if you're staying at like a value resort for a week, even at at the low balling of $15 a night savings, that's still for a week. I mean, you're saving about $105. So that's $200 now you saved. Parking, $100 off your resort. This is for a week stay, and this isn't including any discount that you're getting on dining with your Disney Dining Experience card.
Because the Disney Dining Experience card, remember, costs $75. So there's an equation.
Yeah, exactly.
So just some rules of thumb. So the rule of thumb is if you're staying off-site and you're not going to buy the Disney Dining Experience, then the break even for an annual pass is at the 12-day mark.
I think a hard thing for a lot of people who go down multiple times in a 365-day period. I mean, I think that makes it very easy or easier to determine. But I think a lot of people, plan a week-long trip, may not plan on going back for another time between from that trip to 366 days out. Mm-hmm. But if you're staying there for a week, the annual pass might, in some cases, depending on the resort you're staying at, certainly. And just like with the parking fees and some other benefits that you're saving, I mean, you could. That's really where the gray area is. How much, where's the break-even point if you're staying like for a week, and you want to factor in a lot of these kinds of things.
Well, I could tell you that if you're going to stay at a deluxe resort, I would say if you're just going to go down there for a week, let's say a family of four were going down for a week, and they wanted to stay at a deluxe resort, it would be worth to purchase one annual pass just so that you get the discount, because the discount that you get, the room discount, may actually pay for the offset the price of the annual pass. So sometimes it's worth it.
That's exactly right. I mean, if you look on Mouse Savers, the discounts that annual pass holders are getting right now for October through like December, like it's $20 per night at a value, $40 at a moderate, and somewhere between $70 and $80 per night at a deluxe. So doing the math, and Matt, I have a handy spreadsheet in case you want to post the results on the website. If you do the math, Mike, your break-even point is on night number 3 at a deluxe resort.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing: if you're staying for the week, like you said, you'd actually end up almost just under $300 ahead by buying the annual pass.
Yeah. So it's like the pass is free.
Yeah.
Like the pass is free.
Well, not only it's free, but you're actually saving money. And anything past day 3. At a moderate, the break-even point comes right after at night 5, where you end up saving $5, and at a value, it's a full 10 days. Again, that doesn't include the calculations for parking, because I don't think everyone parks, and there are certainly even off-site options where you can park and use a shuttle service for free.
We mentioned some of the benefits of an annual pass, such as the Disney Dining Experience card, free parking. What are some other key benefits, Mike Scopa?
Well, I'm glad you asked that, Matt. Because one of the things I forgot to mention was that when you have a special party like Mickey's Not So Scary or Mickey's Very Merry, and I'm guessing Princess and Pirates coming up, you can also get annual pass holder discount prices for those tickets. There are certain nights which are known as the annual pass holder nights, and I think you can save anywhere between 10 and 15%. Don't quote me on that percentage, but I do know it's a decent savings. and again, that also knowing that you get those savings, it sometimes encourages you to get down there and take advantage of that. Let's see. There was some other things that I was thinking about that was also. Let me see. I'm looking at my particular thing right here.
While you're looking at that, Mike, we're mentioning annual pass, and in reality, there are two different kinds of annual passes: the regular annual pass and the premium annual pass. Len, did you make any comparisons for the premium annual pass?
I've not, because the premium annual pass includes
water parks,
not only the 4 parks, but the water parks, Pleasure Island, and Disney Quest, plus the usual free parking. Now, it's the first time you buy it is around $600. So again, assuming the discounts, so it's about $140, $130 ish more than a regular pass. That would move your break even for deluxe resorts to night 5. It would move your break even for moderate resorts to day 8, and it's going to be roughly day 12 or 13 for a value resort. Not really a whole lot of help there. But if you're looking at the cost of visiting the water parks or Pleasure Island or Disney Quest, I think the break even just on those days alone is somewhere around day 5 or 6, depending on what you're doing.
It's pretty good.
So, for example, five combined visits to the water park or Pleasure Island or Disney Quest is the break even for that for adults.
But you do get discounts on. I believe you get like a $4 discount on. If you're an annual pass holder, you get a $4 discount on Disney Quest while Disney Quest is still around. Who knows how
Yeah,
long
right,
that's gonna be
exactly.
around, you know.
Speaking of Disney Quest, did you guys see the news today that Animal Kingdom Lodge is going to DVC?
Yes.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yep.
So the annual pass benefits, one of the key benefits, which we mentioned again, is the Disney Dining Experience card. Mike Scopa, can you summarize it for our listeners who are unfamiliar with the card?
The Disney Dining Experience card is available for annual pass holders. You can purchase it, and I believe it's $75. It went up from $60 last year, and what that gives you, it gives you 1 year of 20% off. I believe all sit-down restaurants within the Walt Disney World Resort, and with a few exceptions, some of the I want to say quick service areas like All Things Pop, which is at Pop Century. And I'll tell you, nothing says Disney Dining Experience than All Things Pop. So it's 20% off. So, for instance, if you happen to have a Scopa special, it's going to save you about $8.60 on the Scopa special. I can tell you that I used the Disney Dining Experience while I was there last week. And actually, my last meal was lunch at Trails End, and it cost me $11 using my Disney Dining Experience. And I'll tell you, you can't beat that. So when people say, oh my God, it's an arm and a leg to eat at Disney World, yeah, if you don't know what you're doing. And I believe that, Len can tell you that this Disney Dining Experience card will pay for itself in one visit if you know how to use it.
Well, the break even on the Disney Dining card is somewhere between, depending on how much you're paying for it, between $250 and $300 spending on meals. And any of us could do that in a week in Walt Disney World easily. Hell, we could do it in 2 meals, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So if you're a family of 4, and you're doing even, let's say, 3 sit-down meals in Walt Disney World, that is something where you'd want to whip out the calculator and at least take a look at whether it's going to save you some money. If you're not going to whip out the calculator, at least a back-of-the-envelope calculation. If you're there for a week and you're doing 4 sit-down meals with your family, then I think it's a no-brainer at that point.
Yeah.
Mike Newell, you're an annual pass holder, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we're all annual pass holders here. What have you guys found? Yeah, what have you found with the annual pass? Your experiences from it?
Well, Mike, you want to go?
Well, as a DVC owner, it's perfect for us because if we can go down, 3-4 times a year, I don't even think about passes. I just bring mine with me, and that's it. I'm good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was my first year, though. Just almost finished my first year being an annual pass holder, and it's great because you never have to worry about, am I wasting my day over here?
That's right.
Even if you go, and because a lot of times, what happens if you're just not feeling it one day? Your group is kind of tired. You've been in the parks 4 days, and the fifth day is really, or whatever it's been. I mean, you don't have that thought in the back of your head. Ugh, we're gonna waste this day. This day of our ticket.
That's
Right,
right.
And-
$70 down the drain.
Right. And instead, you've got the annual pass, and
Or
it's okay.
You know what's great about it? If you want to spend the day at the pool, let's say, and you just go to the park at 6 o'clock at night.
Right, exactly.
You're not killing a whole
And that's the
day's
thing, it
pass.
gives you. I'm going to quote Jack Sparrow here. What a pass is, what an annual pass is freedom. Of course, when he said it, he had a bottle of rum in one hand and Keira Knightley in the other. So it was much cooler when he said it.
Top that.
Or,
There are so many other things.
Yeah, sometimes we'll just use the pass and go for dinner at Epcot.
Yeah,
and
exactly,
just
and
do
you
that.
can.
Yeah, that's what's great about it. And forget the rides, or just go to dinner and then leave. It's awesome.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like, I'm going to go somewhere and do some unofficial guide work during the day, but at night, I'm headed to Epcot. I'm going to go have a nice dinner in one of the countries, and I'm going to watch Illuminations. And that's what
Exactly.
you never have to think about, how many days do I have left, or,
Am I going to waste a day?
did I park hop today, or where do I need to be tomorrow? I'll be wherever the pass takes me, man.
Yeah.
So.
Wherever the pass
Yeah, but I did
takes
that.
me.
I did the
like
break
that.
even though on the water parks and stuff like that. It's like for deluxes it is day 5. For moderates it's day 7, depending on how many. A lot of it depends on how many times you're going to use the other tickets, but assuming just some light usage there. Day 5, day 7, and I think like day 12 for value resorts.
How many years, Scopa, have you been an annual pass holder?
12.
Wow.
12 years. I recognize that in the early 90s. And there are some other things that I think we should mention. For instance, if you happen to be in the Magic Kingdom and you happen to be in the Emporium and you're looking at a few things in the Emporium and you say, boy, I think I'd like to get one of those things. Now, providing it's not a park-specific piece of merchandise, for instance, if it's a mug with the castle on it, or if it's a mug that says Magic Kingdom, you're probably not going to find it at the World of Disney. But having an annual pass allows you 10% off at the World of Disney in downtown Disney. And what I did this past week is I looked at a few things. I said, I'd like to pick that up. I'd like to pick that up. But I did not buy it at the Magic Kingdom. I didn't buy anything at Epcot. As long as it wasn't park specific, I knew that it would probably be at downtown Disney, at the World of Disney. And that's 10% off. I mean, that's just another example. Another example, one of the things that I don't think I would have done without my annual pass is I don't think I would have brought my family to see La Nuba. I got an incredible discount on my La Nuba seats, Cirque du Soleil. That's another benefit that annual pass holders get.
That's a great point.
Yeah, I mean, what it enables you to do, the annual pass enables you to do things that you probably would not otherwise do, most likely would not otherwise do. For instance, saving 20% at a restaurant maybe gets you in that restaurant, a restaurant that you otherwise would not have tried. Saving whatever it is, the certain category seats get certain discounts at La Nuba. Maybe if you didn't get those discounts, you wouldn't go to La Nuba. So there's a lot to be said for getting an annual pass. I know that it sounds like we're being shills. We're shilling for them, but basically, this annual pass has enabled me to do a lot more things that I normally would not do. Mm-hmm. Also, I think, Len, I don't know. Do you remember if there was a discount for annual pass holders to register for the marathon? Do you recall if that was a?
No, I don't think so. Because I had the annual pass when I registered, and I didn't.
No, but I mean, Pleasure Island, you get a discount off Pleasure Island.
Golf.
I'm sure there are others that I've forgotten.
The backstage tours, you get discounts on the backstage tours.
There are discounts on tours, yes. So it just keeps adding up. So there's a lot of things to take into consideration, but I think that before anyone really jumps into the annual pass holder corral, they need to really sit down, especially if they're going down for the first time, and they need to think, okay, what kind of advantages do I get? What kind of benefits do I get by becoming an annual pass holder. And the best way to do that is to probably sit down and on a piece of paper write down, okay, this would be my cost. This is what I would do if I did not have an annual pass. This is my cost, and this is what I would do if I did have an annual pass. And maybe that's the way that you make the determination. But I'll tell you, I just can't. I don't think I could ever not have an annual pass. And like Len said and Matt said, it's by having that annual pass, that's the last thing I think about is admission. That's the last thing I think about. And if you renew,
exactly.
It's even cheaper. I can remember one year, what used to be really nice is before they changed the policy, you could renew your annual pass, and you could take those renewal vouchers, and I just stick them in a drawer. One year I stuck them in a drawer for 3 years. I actually didn't go down for 3 years, and then I renewed them.
What?
And I can tell you, I could tell you that there was the 4 of us, and I calculated the cost that year, and it cost me $11 per person to go into the parks per day. So it cost me a total of $44 for my family to go into the parks each day, because the renewal was like $195 or something. It was really low.
And then Archduke Ferdinand was shot, and World War I broke out, and that screwed up all of his plans.
Others invented that crazy flying machine.
Yeah. And then they invented fire.
Walt himself signed Mike's original annual pass.
I've got one.
In fact, Scopa went to buy the original one, and Walt was like, "Mike, what do you mean annual pass?
What a great idea!
Come on in."
Exactly. I had my it's I think that in many cases you have to say that it will spoil you, and it will encourage you to go down. I mean, I don't know how many times I've heard someone say, "This annual pass is burning a hole in my pocket. I got to go down."
Oh yeah.
Oh, it spawns many trips.
It calls to us.
Yeah. Thanks, Captain Barbosa. Well, that's it for us today. If you want to find older episodes, read our show notes, or send us your comments, visit the Walt Disney World Today website at www.wdwtoday.com. You can also email us at questions@wdwtoday.com. For Len Testo, Mike Scopa, and Mike Newell, I'm Matt Hotchberg. We'll see you on the next show.
Mine?
No Regis Philbin, no Meredith Vieira, and nobody said that was a bad thing. WDW Today, DisneyWorldTrivia.com, and Mouse World Radio present Disney Whiz Lou Mongello and Who Wants to Earn Their Ears, the Disney trivia show where you can win prizes. Tune in to Mouse World Radio 1, Sunday, October 22nd at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific for Who Wants to Earn Their Ears, and visit WDWToday.com for more.